Hello, everyone, and happy BDC Small Business Week 2022. My name is Rachel Liang, and I'm the Digital Media and Communications Lead here at the Oakville Chamber of Commerce. Today, we're profiling Amato di Civita of JTX Consulting. Amato's wealth of experience in the sales industry has taught him a lot, including the keys to success as a salesperson and how to effectively manage a sales team. Let's get into it.
My name is Amato di Civita, and I'm the president and co-founder of a consulting firm called JTX Inc. JTX, loosely based on Journey to Excellence, is a consulting firm that helps companies with their sales. So we can help them with their sales force, with their sales skills, motivation, training, compensation plan, everything that makes their sales force better and more productive. I've been in the field of sales for all of my professional life. So I started off right out of school in a sales environment. I worked for Xerox, probably one of the best sales schools in the world. I started off as a rep and then moved into management and into senior management in the latter years. One of the partners in the senior leadership team of Xerox and I, who had become good friends, basically decided to start our own company. So we started JTX about 12 years ago. Sales still has a stigma, right? We all picture Herb, with the loud plaid jacket and the backslapping kind of tactics. But in fact, sales has evolved into a science. And it used to be that, if you were a good people person and you could tell a quick joke, and you would be good in sales, right? It was deemed that you'd be good in sales. That's no longer enough. That kind of a talent and the easy way is no longer enough to be successful in sales. Sales has actually become a science. Sales is something you learn. It's a profession. It's done by professionals, and it has to be done right. Today, and for the last 20 years, sales is still the highest paying profession of all. And unfortunately, it's still, affected by this stigma of, the loud cloud jacket and what have you. There's been an issue around supply of good salespeople in Canada, and there are thousands of open sales positions in Canada. I think it's a largely misunderstood kind of a profession right from the university on up. Sales is still a people sport. Sales is still very much a people science because people still buy from people. People trust buying from people. And it's very important that a professional salesperson knows how to behave and has the right skills to be able to execute this profession most professionally. When today a company looks at supporting their sales professional with the latest information and the latest skills, the curriculum is custom based to them, their market, their business, and their level of experience. It's no longer enough or effective to deploy a sales training program, sort of the same shoe fits all. It's not effective. Today, sales training and sales support needs to be custom to that person, to that industry, and to that company. By far, the most important attribute would be communication. It's still very much a very good communication science. Two, there's got to be trust, and it goes hand in hand with communication. So the more the sales professional is a trusted source, the better the communication with their customer. So communication, trust, skill. You must know how to make the best use of the time, the limited time buyers have for you these days. So you must ask the right question, be curious, but get to the point as soon as possible so as to respect the time of your buyer. When I already know what you do as a customer, what's important to you, what's important in your industry, Those are all things that you can research way ahead of going in and taking up a customer's time. So if I know that, I come from a position of not only knowledge, but a positive position of wanting to help along those lines, then the subsequent question of getting to know a little bit more about your business are perfectly legitimate and they're allowed because I've already engaged with you and I've already shown you the respect of having taken the time to do the research on what's important to you. Prospecting is absolutely necessary in the sales game. If I have a product or a service to sell and you don't know about it, you may need that product or service, but if I have no way of communicating that to you, of calling upon you, then you may never know. And this way it doesn't serve either one of us. When you get to a customer, whether it be through any of the mediums that are available, that you make it consistent and you make it pertinent to them so as to be respectful of their time. And I understand, it's easier to hide nowadays, but if I have something of value to you, and I'm able to communicate it to you in a very concise, precise way, you will not want to hide from me because it is as beneficial to you, if not more, than it is to me. Social media is often the first point of introduction. And it often allows customers who may or may not be conscious of a certain issue or certain opportunity they need to work with to basically scour the field and see who's out there, what's out there, and most importantly, what are those people saying? And often social media offers the opportunity for a first impression. Customers are very limited in the amount of time they will dedicate to a potential vendor. Therefore, it's up to the vendor, it's up to the sales professional to know how to articulate the message and make that message pertinent and important, almost critical to the customer's business and well-being. We all have a unique value proposition in our business. You know what you do so much better than anyone else that stands you apart from your competition. You know in your heart of hearts why it is that every customer in the market for your product or your service should deal with you. Well, learn how to say that in a sentence or two. If I convince you genuinely that the most important thing to me is your well-being, whether it has to do with my service or not, I'm looking out for you. I basically care about what you're concerned about. I want to make your company perform better, and I want you to perform better in your company. Then that's the basis that I need. That's the basis of insight selling that I need to best promote the relationship and the business relationship we're going to have. Sales professionals have to cultivate that relationship of trust. They have to do the research before they go in and speak to a customer so that they know beforehand what's important to them. We teach in Insight Sales, which our methodology is called stride selling. We teach them to saying, find something about your customer that even they don't already know. So that's a challenge, you see? A challenge is if I come in to make a call to you and I've done enough research in your market, in your industry, in you personally, to know something about and share with you an insight that is very important, that'll make a difference to your business, and that you may not even already know. Imagine the kind of impression I'm going to make on you with respect to you trusting me. Sales is never about manipulation. Sales is about good, solid communication to put me in the best position that I can to be able to help you with the best product or service that I can.